Hello guys, I'm not facing my normal way, so sorry if the light is a little shaded, but I just wanted to come on here really quickly to give you a few thoughts on a few things that I was thinking. I hope everybody's doing all right, but today I've just been really thinking about the drastic changes that God has just been working in me and still continues till this day to work in me. And that's your life when you come to Christ. It's a constant evolving in a perspective in your life, you know. It's something that you never arrive to, if that makes sense. That's how you know you're a true believer. That's how you know that you've truly met Jesus Christ in your life. You're just start doing a complete 360 in your life. I was just sitting here thinking about all the things that I used to care about and all the things that I went through that I just don't even tap on anymore. Like, for instance, I was thinking about just the things I used to care about, like makeup, you know. I used to, like when I went into the phase of makeup and clothes and shoes, the reason why I went into that phase in the first place is because I was looking for something, you know. I was looking for fulfillment. I was looking to fit in. I was looking for joy, peace, in all the wrong places. So I started reading books on fashion. I started staying in the fashion stores and Forever 21, staying online on Charlotte Russe, and, you know, looking for all these trendy things. And then it became where I was looking on YouTube, and I was looking at different beauty gurus. I even started my own YouTube channel, becoming an idol in other girls' lives to get addicted to clothing and shoes and shopping and all that stuff. And my closet was just bursting at the seams. My wallet was bursting at the seams. You know, I worked to go shopping. I worked to go buy 10 different makeup eyeshadow palettes, and oh, I don't have this color, but Lord knows I'd have like 20 beige colors of eyeshadow. They may have been maybe a tiny hair of a shade off, but they all look the same. You know, when God opened my eyes, all the different eyeshadows I had were all the same color. Why did I go buy a $20 makeup eyeshadow that looks the same as what I had already? You know, what do I need with 20 different makeup palettes that cost $50 each, mind you? I mean, makeup brushes that cost hundreds of dollars, foundations, eyeshadows. I was forever in CVS and Walgreens and drugstores trying to find the newest shades. I'm actually going to go ahead and prop this up on my box. So hold on, so I don't have to hold it. Okay, sorry guys. So I was constantly buying the new eyeshadow palette, and I was constantly in CVS and Walgreens buying makeup that was on sale. But I mean, when I say on sale, only like $1 or $2 off, you know what I mean? But just because it was on sale, I was like, oh, I have to have it, even if it wasn't like the shade that I needed, or like just even if it was like bronzer. What do I need bronzer for? You know what I mean? And just different stuff like that. And then I remember I would, like I said, be online all day, just scrolling through clothes, through websites like Forever 21, Charlotte Russe, Wet Seal, Love Culture, all these different websites, just going through, adding stuff to my cart, whether I had the money or not. And then when I got the money, I would purchase it, I would buy it. And like I said, my closet was a big old walk-in closet back then, and it was bursting at the seams. I couldn't fit anything else in it. And so I was looking for something that just wasn't there in that shopping, but still I continued to shop. And then my addiction became, well, let me get handbags, let me go ahead and buy excessive toiletries. You know, I couldn't tell you how many different sprays I had, and different Victoria's Secret sprays and lotions and hair products. Then it expanded to hair products. And then it expanded to whatever the next new fad was. I had to just buy 20,000 of them, you know. One just wasn't enough for me. I'm sorry. My husband's telling me that it's raining. And so candles, I mean, everything in my life I had to have an abundance of, even food. You know, I would even go to the store. I knew I only needed milk, bread, and cheese. Okay, so I write down milk, bread, and cheese, but then I come out with 20 bags worth of stuff, and I'd be trying all the new different snack. I always knew what the new different snack was, tried it. Half the more than, I want to say about 80% of the time, I didn't even like the new snack, you know, and I would just sit up in my shelf and go bad anyway. So, I mean, it was just total chaos. I was just shopping. And like I said, I was following all of these different fads. I was following health fads, you know. I would get into a health kick. Where I was trying to get into healthy for a second. Then I would be buying all this yoga equipment and exercise equipment, because then I was like, man, I need to go ahead and exercise. So then I start watching a bunch of exercise videos, you know. I mean, YouTube has just been my arch nemesis in a way, because every time I wanted to get into a fad, or every time I seen a new video, or every time I seen a new this and new that, I would YouTube it. YouTube was just like my world. And so God has to really deal with me on that. He had to really take away. That's why I don't get on YouTube very often now. And a lot of you have said to watch videos, and, you know, have suggested a lot of videos. And yes, I've watched a few of the ones that you've suggested, but a lot of times I'm not on YouTube because of that thing. Because when I get on YouTube, I will sit there and binge watch YouTube all day long, trying to figure out the newest fad and getting into this and getting into that. So I had to get away from that. A lot of you also know that I turned off my TV too, because I noticed that when I'm feeding my soul with TV and commercials and all this different stuff that's on TV, I get sidetracked from what God has called me to do. And so I had to let go of that in my life. So I only get on YouTube a few times a week, if that, you know. I get on, of course, to upload my video and respond to my comments, and then I get right back off. So a lot of times when you guys comment to me after I've uploaded my video and I've commented for the day, I'm off of YouTube for the rest of the day. And so I can't get back. I don't get back to you usually until the next day. Usually is when I get back to my comments. So forgive me for that, but it's a reason why I have to be that way. And still to this day, when I go and I need something, because you might say that I went to the extreme, that I'm a minimalist now. I wouldn't put a title that I'm a minimalist. But in a sense, I have gone to a more minimalistic lifestyle, because I only buy things that I need now. Let's just say, like my wardrobe, I only own about 60 items in my wardrobe, period. That's including shoes, clothes, well, not shoes, that's including my clothes and my jackets, and my pants. Now, or my shirts, my jackets, and my pants now, and my cardigans and outerwear and stuff like that. Now my shoes, I still have about 11 or 12 pair of shoes, and my my pajamas, I still have about, I want to say I still have a good about 10 pairs of pajamas, something like that, and like 3 pairs of slippers, something like that. But anyway, I'm not gonna go through that, because like I said, I'm not gonna put a title on it. But I only buy things I need. So when I said I needed a pair of jeans, I had to get rid of all of my jeans, because they were just too tight for me. So they were just simply too tight. And God was like, I do not want you to show off everything that you have. So he wants me to get into a bigger size for my jeans. But so that's the only piece that I really need right now. I don't need any shoes. I don't need any shirts. I don't need any hats. I don't need any hunting clothes, you know, nothing like that. I don't need any of that stuff. Just a pair of jeans. But that's how I shop now. Or like even with food, God has been dealing with me so much on food. I still buy cookies and processed like paydays. I love paydays, but God has definitely been dealing with me on my diet as well. So now when I cook, what I've been doing is I've been getting a piece of aluminum foil and cooking my protein, like my fish or my chicken, in it, along with vegetables, with fresh vegetables, and I bake it instead of fry it. And I've been doing this now for a little while. And then my snacks now have been red plums or strawberries or bananas or kiwi instead of cookies and chips and soda. And like this thing, I bought this a while back, but now I keep this full of water with some lemon, some fresh lemon in it. And I slice 1 or 2 pieces of, you know, half lemons in here, and I keep it with ice with some water. And this is what I sip on all day long. Besides my coffee, this is the only drink that I drink all day, is water and lemon. Besides my coffee. Now, I haven't given up my coffee quite yet, but I have cut down my coffee consumption so much. Just saying, God definitely does a 360 with your diet, with your health, with your active lifestyle, with the things you own, with your with what you put into your life, as far as the people, the TV watching, the shows you watch, YouTube, everything changes. And so my point in this is, you've got to allow God to make the change. And in so doing, you're going to have to make some extreme changes. You know how hard it was for me to adapt just eating the way that I eat now? That was hard. I loved it all. I loved eating. Eating was my thing. Buying things, that was my thing. I loved to shop. Shopping was such a therapy for me. I was just addicted to it. And so God had to wean that out of my life. I mean, so many different things. It was a discipline for me to have to sit here and write to God every day and to read my Bible. But man, oh man, has it been life altering, life changing. I have so much more peace. I have so much more joy now that I don't have things cluttering up my life and cluttering up my space and taking up all my money and my time and my energy, chasing after empty promises of this world, things, cars, clothes, shoes. That's probably why I speak so against it. And there is nothing wrong with owning these things, but you can't make them your life and your idol. You've got to let go of that. And so that's what God continues to do. That's what the Holy Spirit continues to do, to lead you into Him, lead you into God, into Jesus, pressing into the things that actually matter and that will save you in your life. When your mind becomes eternally minded, when you become eternally minded, your whole life changes. You no longer wish to have the biggest this, the biggest that, to be America's. I talked about even being America's next top Christian. You don't care about being the top Christian even when you become into Christianity. That's what's wrong with a lot of these church people and preachers and things like that. They're trying to be the best. They're trying to get the most money. They're still chasing after success of this world. They're not chasing after being a servant of God and a servant to Christ, and to uplift the kingdom and to help the kingdom. They're still all about themselves. And when you take your mind off of yourself, me, your whole life changes. It becomes, what can I do for you, God? What can I do for your kingdom, God? And that's how you start getting rid of everything in your life that's just cluttering you, that's keeping you back, that's holding you back. Okay, there's nothing wrong with, like I said, owning more clothes than I do. You know, I'm not saying that you need to go down to 60 items, you know. If you have 1,000 items, you know, as long as that's what God's called you to do and you're not idolizing those things, then fine. But, you know, do what God has called you to do. And I can't stress this enough. You're not going to find fulfillment and happiness in the things of this world and chasing those things. You've got to let those things go. Let them go. Let them go, because God will provide for you what you need, what you absolutely need for Him to help you with. There's nothing wrong with spending money on yourself sometimes. I'm not saying that you can never go out and treat yourself on things. Sometimes I do. Sometimes, you know, I you know, from eating healthy so much, I want to go out and buy a donut, you know, and sometimes I will go out and treat myself to a donut, you know, every other week or a week or every week or something, you know, one donut a week. There's no harm in that, you know, because I love donuts. And so there's nothing wrong with treating yourself to a donut. But it's just, you know, whenever you're overbuying and over excessively buying, that's when it becomes the problem. So I came on here to let you guys know that everything is not going to change overnight. You have got to work at this. You've got to try at this. You've got to put an effort forward in this and yield yourself to God's ways, you know, and His thinking. Submit yourself onto Him, and you will become successful in all your ways, okay? And so it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be, just a piece of cake. No, it's not. It's going to be hard. There's going to be times where you're going to want to give up. You're going to want to say, man, this is hard. I want to go back to what I used to know and what I used to do, because it's easier. No, you've got to keep forward, but at the end of it, you will be rewarded. You will get eternal life at the end of it. But not just that, this life is more rewarding. Discipline is what you need to incorporate in your life. If you're struggling in any area in your life, if you're finding that you can't pray, if you're finding that you are just pulling away from God, whatever it is that's taking you away from God, you've got to get rid of it. That's just simple as that. You've got to get rid of that thing that's taking you away from God, and you've got to discipline your flesh and discipline yourself to come back into subjection of God. You have to, because you only get one chance. You only get one life to get this right. And if you don't get it right, you're going to spend eternity in hell, burning forever. Forever you're going to burn. And it's not worth you to do that. So you've got to do whatever it takes to get back into the swing of things, to get back into Christ, to get back into the Holy Spirit, to get back into discipline and self-control, and do it, y'all. Get back into peace, joy, love, get back into the fruit of the spirits, because it's going to be worth it. I love you guys. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.